seemed like all night they're just trying to get around Torkelson. You know, he was out there trying to figure out who to pitch and various things, you know, and they got the strikeout in the ninth, but it's like you can only do that so many times before.
Yeah, no, and you know, and he's a threat every time he comes to the plate, and it's funny because we've been sitting around talking about, gosh, we got to get him going a little bit, got to get him going, but yet you're looking down, he's hitting almost 500, and you know the getting going piece for us is driving the baseball. But there's nobody on the planet that I would have rather had at the plate at that moment than that guy right there, and you know we're hoping that that's the piece that jump starts him a little bit on the power front, but. What you saw from him, I think, is the tough strikeout, but then to come back and refocus and deliver one of the most important bats in the game.
4 perfect innings for Mitchell Tyransky. Then Sam Ferry had that single. What changed?
Well, here's the thing on that, and I was just talking to Jeremy in the locker room about that. This is how mine do. And I don't know that the casual fan maybe picks this stuff up, but it actually got us a little bit in the first inning. I said at the time, the guy goes, and he threw beautifully, so I take nothing away, and I'm making a point on the game, not the player. This is how minute this game is. He goes, he's the first guy out, the second guy, he's got Ferry dead to rights at 0-2, and what did he do? He hung a pitch. Sam did a good job, did what he was supposed to do, he hit a mistake, got a base hit. I said at the time, I said, that's how you lose baseball games. When you just drop your concentration, your focus, for 1 second, it can be something as small as that. In my mind, that was the critical piece of the game, because if we go down 1, 2, 3 in that inning, who knows what happens? But made the mistake, Sam capitalized, we put a ball in play, they don't make the play, then guess what? Here comes an All-American with the game on the line. That's how small that difference is between winning and losing. But their guys did a fantastic job, and I know Jake, Boss, I've known him for a long time. He'll have those guys ready to play. We said it before the series. We were looking at those guys on film saying, how are these guys 1-6? Like they pitched the baseball. We knew the guy tonight, the starter, was going to be the best arm that we've seen. And as you said, Tyransky, I thought he was wonderful for them tonight.
You mentioned getting Tork's kind of the power piece of that going, but how impressed have you been that even though he's not hitting a home run every couple games, that he's still able to kind of drive in a couple doubles here, get a few walks there, and he doesn't seem to be pressing at all?
Well, that's his fault for setting the bar so high. He sets our expectations, he whets our appetite last year. But he's such a good hitter. It's only a matter of time before he gets going. But that is the difference between, and why he's so special, is a lot of young hitters who come off of that, they start to press, they start to force things that aren't there. He's taking exactly what they're giving him. He'll take a walk, he'll take the single, poke it the other way. People are witnessing, if you come to the park, you get to see something that doesn't come around very often. And his results speak for himself, but it's those types of things that he does that makes him just different. It's the cerebral part as well.
You talked about the little things, but then what Denson did too, you got to have that too, and that's not such a little thing.
Play the game.
Right there.
Yeah, play the game. If he doesn't make, and that guy is fastest man on the planet, I think, the guy out there. When that went off the bat, I'm like, I don't know, because anybody but that kid at third, and then Miles comes up, makes an aggressive play. I think the biggest takeaway for me with that is, and Miles has been in our program, he's been a role player for us, but he comes and works hard every day at practice. He's a locker room favorite. I think I said it in here the other night. That guy works on his craft, and then again, lo and behold, he's presented with an opportunity in the game, with the game on the line, and he executes the throw, and he does that because that's what he works on every single day. So happy for him. He got our player of the game. Torkelson's shot was Torkelson's shot, but to me, the play of the game was Miles throwing that guy. If he doesn't make that throw, we lose the game.
How impressed were you with Blake Brazell and Eric Coleman both being freshmen and being put in very tough situations and seemingly handling it well?
Yeah, we're getting there. We got a lot of work to do with that. I thought Eric, we put ourselves in position. Brazell came in and threw very well, kept us right there. Eric, I thought, let the circumstances, a couple of those errant throws, I mean, we put ourselves in critical times when, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm the ultimate critic, but, you know, we weren't real good on our pitchers, PFPs today, all the way around. And, but you know, that's the bad part. The good part is he found a way to work his way out of it. And I said it on the radio in there, you know, that kid pitches with guts, determination. We were gonna go with him in the crucial situations, because even if we lost that game, I'm not riding home tonight saying, you know what, I question whether that guy was competing with everything he had. I don't question how Eric told me. So step in the right direction for him, and we're fortunate to get the win.
Are the things that are tripping up Boyd right now, are they mental issues like you were saying with the hanging a pitch and the throwaway?
Yeah. And again, I'll say this, I am pretty critical. You know, the guy threw 5 innings, gave up 4 hits,
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, what, 2 earned runs and punched out 6. So I just think he's better. You know, I think he's better. And I think if you sit here and ask him, he'd probably say the same thing. Yeah, it's just, it's coming, and pieces of it are better than they were last week. But if we want to be where we need to be as a team, we need that dude not just giving us a piece here and a piece here. We need the whole package. And the whole package is stuff and pitches with an aggressive mentality and field your position, do what you're supposed to. The biggest message with him is pitch to win. And that kid's good enough. We've seen it. Step in the right direction, and he'll get there.
Were those middle innings the best you've seen at him this year?
With
Boyd, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was competing. I'd say his best that I've seen was last week, inning 5. I think we talked about that in here, but I think we were closer to that because he came out from inning 1 being aggressive and throwing with some conviction. The biggest thing is when we had a crucial situation and we practiced that play 100 times, we didn't execute tonight, and that's that step of we got to pitch to win, make the play that's presented in front of you. We just talked about that as a team, but he's good. We know he's good, and if we can be at this point in the season where we are and not having our Saturday guy throwing on an A grade yet, it only means we got good things to come.
That inning when Brazil came in after that error, I mean, that could have gotten completely away from you there. So I mean, just what he did that one inning alone.
That's
was a big part of
and
it.
that's 2 times for him in a row. I mean, it was I can't remember our opponent. It's beyond me now, but he did the same thing. I don't know what it is now. We just don't play great defense behind him, but he made the pitches when he needed to. That was a huge strikeout with the guy that was hot, Bacina. He just kept making pitches. That's the part I think we're growing up on, is even if this game of baseball is a lot of failure, so even if crazy stuff's going on behind you, you still can limit the damage. I thought he did a fantastic job of limiting damage and keeping it close, because with our offense, you keep it close, we're gonna have a chance.
What's the status with Drew?
He's day to day. You call me a liar from last night? No.
Is that
I lied
something?
to you last night.
Was that something he picked up in practice, or?
No. He tweaked his hand. He's had a little bit of it, but he just tweaked it. We're going to be cautious with him because we want to make sure he's operating. He wants to be in there, but we're going to be cautious with him. So we'll just go day to day with him.
It's a hamstring, you said?
Yeah.
Is there any chance that when he does get back, because Miles is playing so well, maybe keep Miles in there for a little bit, and then Carter and Drew could switch off?
We'll see. I say it a million times here. You get what you earn in this program, and he keeps playing well. I think from a defensive standpoint, in terms of our team, we like Drew at second just from the defensive piece. But Miles keeps producing and doing things. You're always put yourself in position. What do we say? Starting positions are always up for rent, right? So.
The 6th inning, Brazil came in, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Limited damage to 1 run. Pitched the 2nd inning, scoreless. What do you think about his outing tonight and just his mentality, just always as a freshman?
Yeah, he's gonna. I think he's got so much room for improvement because right now he's doing it primarily with 1 pitch, and as he continues to grow and develop, I think he's going to even be more of a weapon. But what I love about him, we were going to go limited pitches with him anyway, just the way things were setting up for the weekend, and he knew he was coming out even after the strong 2 innings. What I liked is when I walked by him, I think he probably saved it for me, is he said a couple words, but I want this game, there were a couple words before it, but I'm sure it was for my benefit, but I like that the guy wants the baseball.
Any chance that Tolman could pitch before Friday?
Like, what, so like before next?
Yes, before next Friday.
Yeah, real good chance, yeah.
Do you guys, when Spencer goes up for an at-bat like that, what do you tell him? What are you putting in his head?
I try to stay out, Mike does a fantastic job with those hitters. I try to not interject too much. And I hear Mike in his ear just say, man, stay relaxed, man, you're good enough, stay relaxed. And, he's confident. He's earned that confidence, and so that was a big one. But you really, with a guy like that, here, go do what you do.
Are you kind of expecting a hit or a home run at that point when he goes up?
Yeah, great players do great things, and that's why I said it earlier. There's nobody I wanted up to the plate in that situation other than that guy. And he could have struck out again. I'd still be sitting here saying there's nobody I would want. I thought he was going to do it the inning before, whatever it was, or the ninth, and he delivered. He delivered in a big way.
Thank you.